Well, hello and good morning. It's 8 a.m. here in New Delhi, and I'm Charu Shankar.
And I'm Archith. Thanks so much for watching us here on WION Breakfast. Hope your morning is off to a great start with a cup of coffee and maybe a good breakfast to start off the day. Lots to bring to you. A lot of exciting stories as usual. It's already a Thursday this week. Hard to believe,
It is,
right?
it is. Yeah, the week is drawing to a close. And as usual, along with your usual breakfast spread, we have some interesting stories to pepper it with. Take a look at the heads up this morning.
All right, we will first start this morning and talk about all the single-screen cinemas in India. They're on the verge of closing down. We'll tell you why.
Also on the show this morning, we bring you a story from Lisbon where small charity is providing metal lockers for the homeless to store their belongings in.
Time for your morning stretch. We'll have Zubin Atre follow him with his yoga mantra this morning.
And right after the yoga, we have something for the food lovers out there. Stay tuned to find out what's on our Quick Bites. So Archith, you're a big fan of cinema, aren't you?
I love it. I'm one of those people, I think, I watch every movie that comes out, so I'm a director's delight. I think everything that comes out, good, bad, it's like, movies are just a good escape from reality, right? You just get to go out there, enjoy it, whether it's good or bad. If it's bad, you get to make fun of it. If it's good, you get drawn into it. So I love watching, I watch, I think, a movie on average, at least one a week. Some weeks it's a little bit more than that, but I won't tell you how many.
More than that, wow. But I must admit, I'm not a big movie buff at all. Yeah, it's strange though.
Well, you have a little son, you got a kid, so it's hard for you to get out.
Yeah, but that's now. But I've never been a movie buff. And in spite of I worked in the industry. Right. And even then, I'm just not a movie person. I don't know. I just prefer a book any day.
Is that because you maybe worked in it? Was that why? Because you already, it's kind of like, we work in television, so I don't watch a whole lot of TV because we deal with it every single day. Like I'm in the studio all the time.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really don't know.
Well, in India, so much is happening with cinemas.
Yes.
Of course, the national anthem playing. Obviously, the cinema is a huge part of the culture here in India with Bollywood and many regional films. So let's check out our next story, which is about cinemas. Single-screen cinemas. They were once celebrated institutions here in India, but with many of those multiplexes, they are thriving. These cinemas are just facing a slow death.
That's right. For movie buffs in the country, this is the end of an era. Take a look.
Regal Cinema is an iconic New Delhi institution. These alleyways, which date back to the 1930s, were once graced by the who's who of Tinseltown. But those days of pomp and splendor are now a distant memory.
यहाँ पर राज कपूर वगैरह आए हैं, दिलीप कुमार भी आए हैं, अनिल कपूर आए हैं.
Bollywood stars like Raj Kapoor, Dilip Kumar, Anil Kapoor used to come here. Raj Kapoor used to premiere all his movies here.
राज कपूर यहाँ आते थे और वो सुबह यहाँ हवन वगैरह करा करके रील भी चलवाते थे.
The decline of single-screen cinemas like Regal can be traced back to the advent of multiplexes in India. Equipped with air-conditioned halls, comfortable seating, and high-end sound quality, multiplexes offered an enhanced movie-going experience. With the middle class gravitating towards multiplexes, single-screen cinemas largely ended up catering to blue-collar workers. That meant lower footfalls, only select movies being showcased, and declining revenues.
जो हालत आजकल चल रही है, सिंगल स्क्रीन के लिए बहुत मुश्किल है सिनेमा चलाना.
It is very difficult for single-screen cinemas to operate now. They do not make enough collection to cover cost of staff and electricity. It is only a matter of time when single-screen cinemas will go extinct.
और उस हिसाब से कलेक्शन आती नहीं है. तो बंद होने की तो बात ये है कि अगर यही हालत रही तो ज़्यादा दिन सिनेमा नहीं चल पाएंगे.
In this Darwinian process of the survival of the fittest, single-screen cinemas that fail to adapt have been driven to the brink. Take for instance Golcha Cinema. It catered to movie buffs in New Delhi's Daryaganj area for 6 decades. But now it has folded just days after its 62nd anniversary.
Golcha was a good cinema hall, but now they have closed it to construct a shopping complex at its place.
Yet there are others that have managed to evolve. Delight Cinema was once the tallest building in Delhi. It opened in the same year as Golcha, but converted into a multiplex in 2006. This foresight has helped Delight flourish.
It was a good decision to convert Delight into a multiplex. It would have been difficult if we had not converted.
But making that change, as Regal is finding out, isn't an easy process.
Yeah, because with every passing day, the business is in decline. So those are not good signs for any business. Yeah, from 2006 onwards, since we have taken over, the business has been in the downtrend only. Future plans are to upgrade, to make it into a multiplex, so that Regal can relive its glorious past again.
Even if Regal ends up surviving as a multiplex, one thing is for certain. The curtain is set to drop on single-screen cinemas in India. In New Delhi with Mansi Chokse, this is Manoj Kevalramani, WION.
Quite an exciting adventure about what all is happening in the world of cinema when real life meets real life, right? Sometimes you don't see about that. The single cinema theater is there.
I know.
So, well, speaking of that, let's bridge on to another exciting story that we have. So you are not afraid of heights, I understand. Is
no,
that right?
Of course not. Are you?
I am terrified of heights. I don't like it.
So you're terrified of heights and snakes?
And snakes. Well, most people are terrified of snakes, I think. You might be the exception there.
No, I mean, I'm not terrified of snakes. They're not great.
If there's a snake here, I'm running. I'm not going to be like, oh, maybe it's not venomous. Maybe it's not this. Don't scare me. Don't scare me. I might have to start singing for you then.
Well, our next story is actually very exciting, but Archith has been getting the hibbity-jibbities just by watching some of the
Look at that. Look at that picture.
It is the world's highest bridge, and it is an engineering marvel.
I'm sure it's a marvel. I'm sure it is, but I don't think I would have the courage to build it or go on it. But let's enlighten our viewers.
And my next question was going to be, when are they going to open it up for
bungee jumping?
Bungee jumping.
It doesn't matter. I will never. Do not give me that as a gift. That'll be torture.
Okay then. Well, the world's highest bridge has opened to traffic in China, connecting two provinces in the mountainous southwest and reducing travel time by as much as 3/4 of its usual travel time. Have a look at this amazing engineering marvel that has just opened in China.
The world's highest bridge has opened to traffic in China, connecting two provinces in the mountainous southwest and reducing travel times by as much as 3/4. As per the Guizhou Provincial Transport Department, the Beipanjiang Bridge soars 1,854 feet above a river and connects the two mountainous provinces of Yunnan and Guizhou. The bridge cut travel times between Xuanwei in Yunnan to Shuicheng in Guizhou from more than 4 hours to around 1. The 1,341 meter span cost over $144 million to build. It overtook the Sidu River Bridge in the central province of Hubei to become the world's highest bridge. Several of the world's highest bridges are in China, although the world's tallest bridge, measured in terms of the height of its own structure rather than the distance to the ground, remains France's Millau Viaduct at 343 meters. Bureau Report, WION.
Oh, wow.
Just amazing. I mean, it's beautiful, spectacular to see that.
Spectacular view.
But I still think I would be afraid. Imagine if your car broke down on the bridge. Well, who would... Oh,
nothing. You just walk across to the other side, Archith. It's really not that big a deal.
I would be looking... Don't show me the ground. I do not want to see it. You know, as I saw that, I was thinking about a family in the car, you know, with a bunch of kids, and they were like, you know, going across the bridge, and they might be singing, London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down, London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. You might not be singing that. It might be me in the car distracting myself from the heights. But how do they even build that bridge? I would be terrified for the builders. I mean, between two mountains, you build a bridge like that?
Okay, so first of all, the criteria for joining that team is you do not have vertigo.
Clearly,
I'm out. And secondly, you are like a really amazing engineer.
Clearly, I'm out again. I actually am an engineer, but not that kind. I think I would Oh, I'm definitely scared of heights. We've established that. But you know, the Grand Canyon, they have something like this too in the United States. It's a circular glass, you know, portioning that you can step out and you can see at the very bottom. I was like, I'll just look out the window. It's okay. I just cannot imagine doing that. But maybe you'll be bungee jumping there. But tell me how that is.
Well, you know, in San Francisco, they have the San Francisco Bridge.
Right. Actually, I've gone on that.
I've been cycling on that, and
maybe it's not so bad then. Like, I have gone on that though, so and I was okay.
You'll do fine, Archith.
It's just that, look at that. It's just like the height. It's, oh my God. In my luck, there'll be an earthquake and everything will just crumble.
I just think it's a great view. I'm just going to focus on the view. But anyway, let's bring you back now. Moving on back to India. The sports scene, of course, Captain Cool Mahindra Singh Dhoni has called it a day as the team leader. Dhoni stepped down as India's one-day international and T20 cricket captain.
Let's find out more about this story. Take a look.
Dhoni finishes off in style. India lift the World Cup after 28 years.
Unpredictability was always his strongest suit, be it on the cricket field or off it. And in typical Mahindra Singh Dhoni style, he signed off from his reign as India's most successful one-day and T20 captain without any advance notice. Just a day before he was to sit down with the selectors to pick the team for the forthcoming series against England.
एक चीज़ देख के अच्छा लग रहा है कि उन्होंने अपने आप को आगे नहीं रखा, टीम को आगे रखा है और उस हिसाब से वो निर्णय लिया है उन्होंने कि शायद ये सही वक्त है, एक सीरीज शुरू होने वाला है और ये बहुत अहमियत है इस सीरीज की क्योंकि आगे चल के चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी है जहां पे डिफेंडिंग चैंपियन है भारत.
Leading the tributes was none other than India's greatest ever cricketer, Bharat Ratna Sachin Tendulkar. In a statement said, "Congratulations to MS Dhoni on a wonderful career as a captain, leading India to success in both T20 and ODI World Cups. I have seen him emerge from an aggressive player to a steady and decisive captain. It's a day to celebrate his successful captaincy and respect his decision." Dhoni leaves a rich legacy that may be difficult to get close to. He was a proven match winner who could instantly change a game with the bat. It was under his captaincy that India regained its supremacy in world cricket. India won ICC World T20 under Dhoni in 2007. India became number 1 in Tests under Dhoni in 2009. India won the World Cup under Dhoni in 2011. India won the ICC Champions Trophy under Dhoni in 2013. Those are achievements that any cricketer will be proud of, and to those some staggering numbers. Dhoni led India in 199 ODIs, scoring 6,633 runs at an average of just under 54. That also included a match-winning knock in the World Cup finals against Sri Lanka and Mumbai. Dhoni led India in 72 T20 internationals, winning 42 of those along with 1,112 runs to his name. Dhoni leaves behind a team that is in safe hands. Virat Kohli has emerged a more than capable leader in Test cricket. Dhoni has indicated he will continue to play both formats, but clearly the man with the Midas touch has indicated the end is near. Bureau Report, WION.
All right, we'll talk about good sportsmanship, right? That's India's cricket captain there, you know, paving the way there for the next generation, if you call it. But I mean, quite amazing feat, very amazing. You're a big fan, obviously.
I really like him. I mean, he's one cricket captain who has just been so consistently amazing.
Right.
And yeah, of course, winning the World Cups, that was fun.
Such a good feeling.
Such a good feeling. I mean, we
and
were all
India,
out there on
nation
the
of
streets
cricket,
dancing. You know, I personally ran across India Gate along with my brother with the Indian national flag. I mean, we did it. It was so good. It was just such a good feeling.
Do you think it'll change a lot now? Do you think there could be some little upsets, or do you think it'll be the right direction?
Well, I'm really glad that he's still playing.
Right, of course.
Because he's such a great player.
Right.
And the team right now is in a good place.
Right.
And I think they'll be continuing in good hands.
We'll have to wait and watch and see what other mysteries and surprises they bring us, right? All right. Well, coming up, we'll have much more stories from, of course, around the world. And don't forget, later on, we have food and yoga. So don't go anywhere. You're watching WION Breakfast. All right, welcome back. You are watching WION Breakfast. Thanks so much for watching us. An exciting story to bring to you about a small charity that is providing metal lockers for many people in Lisbon, the homeless population there, to store some of their items and belongings.
Yes, of course, the homeless, they used to drag around the capital's hilly cobblestone streets in bags, boxes, shopping carts, all their belongings. They would just drag them along. So the so-called solidarity lockers are a blessing for them, and they are aimed at making life easier for homeless people and to help them get back on track. Take a look at this.
Everything Jorge Martins owns fits in this locker.
Here I've got my food, jumpers, clean socks, clean clothes in case I need to go to work. You have to be presentable all the time. And here is where I keep other bits like biscuits, fruit.
The lockers are designed to help those living on Lisbon's streets get their lives back on track. Each space is assigned to a homeless person for 1 year, providing a small measure of security in a very uncertain world.
It's really a very helpful solution for us. 2 weeks ago I didn't have a locker, so when I came back from work with my things, someone stole my belongings in the night. I had to start from scratch, find clothes and stuff. That's how it is.
The project was started by the charity ACA and is part funded by the local government. Volunteers also help homeless people obtain the documents they need to get medical treatment, a state pension or find housing. In return, users have to keep the lockers clean and stay in touch with the charity.
Satisfied with your locker, are you, on a scale of 1 to 5?
5.
Do you find it is adapted to your daily needs?
All that's missing is a bedroom, kitchen and a lounge. But I've got a cupboard already.
The financial crisis hit Portugal hard. It's now thought there are just over 800 homeless people in Lisbon.
We believe that these lockers are stepping stones between the street and the prospect of a better life, whether on the street or elsewhere. What we want above all is for their lives to be improved.
The project has already helped some of its participants find housing or start rehabilitation programs. Next year they hope to install an additional 36 lockers and in so doing open a door of opportunity for more of Lisbon's homeless.
Just goes to show that no matter where we are, what part of the world, what society that we live in, there are certainly problems that most of us deal with, just different levels of problems, but there's always a way to find a solution to make a little bit better, make tomorrow a little bit better than yesterday. Yeah. And those lockers certainly helping them, providing them a lot of relief. I mean, we do see those people, with their baskets and their, bowls and their luggage, whatever they're able to carry, and, this will hopefully allow them to make that transition a little bit more easier.
And to live life with dignity.
Absolutely.
I think that's the other thing that I got from this story. It's about providing a little bit of dignity to people. Why should they be dragging their belongings through the streets? I mean, it's terrible.
And this way they can live more, they don't have to identify, or people don't have to know their baggage, literally, right?
Yeah.
They can keep their things in. So a very nice human interest story.
Very, very nice human interest story. Just a small step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And makes such a big difference.
Sure.
There are so many problems in this world, Archith, and we at WION Breakfast, we love these kind of stories that actually provide solutions. One of my favorite stories is a story from Uganda that we featured a few weeks ago, where an NGO in Uganda was using tuk-tuks to go deep into the heart of Ugandan slums to talk to young boys and girls about safe sex, about contraception, and this was their little endeavor in trying to control the AIDS epidemic.
And raise awareness and educate people, right?
And educate people. But it's not just about AIDS. It is a human interest story after all. It is about providing information about safe sex.
Right.
And that is, that's very, very important. And now we bring you another story from Africa, from Kenya, in fact, where Muslim women in northeastern Kenya are being encouraged to use modern birth control methods, such as contraceptive implants and the pill.
Yeah, but the program's message clashes with the religious norms that many Muslims face with. They believe that family planning is forbidden by Islam. Let's find out what major challenges they're facing.
This is a family planning workshop in northeast Kenya, a poor and conservative part of the country where most people are ethnic Somalis. Only 2% of the population here use contraception, compared to the national Kenyan average of 58%. Women are often married before reaching the age of 18.
I started to use family planning to be in better health, and so my children would be in better health too. Before I started spacing out my children, I was very unwell. At the start of my pregnancy, I would get sharp pains during childbirth too. Today, I'm much better.
The improvements to Sophia's health are largely thanks to an awareness programme launched by Save the Children in 2014.
We make them aware of the importance of family planning, the importance of child spacing, aware of the effects of early marriages. We also make them aware of the effects of female genital mutilation.
But getting their message across is challenging. In Somali culture, large families are a sign of wealth, and the average woman gives birth to 8 children.
African culture, people used to get several wives and get a lot of children. So they are seeing this as a foreign ideology, foreign idea, in order to limit their number so that they can colonize them.
The programme's message also clashes with religious norms, with many believing family planning is forbidden by Islam. The NGO seeks the help of influential religious leaders to help combat reservations. Following several weeks of reflection, and after receiving the blessing of her husband, Fatuma has decided to use a contraceptive implant.
Using family planning is a personal decision, and given that my religion accepts it, I'm going to use it.
After just 2 years, the results from the awareness drive are encouraging. Like Fatuma, more than 3,000 women started using contraception this year, more than double the number from the year before.
Well, it's time now to take a short break, but do stay tuned as we come back with the newspapers, the headlines, and of course, between the lines.
Welcome back. We are watching. You are watching WION Breakfast. We are on WION Breakfast. Thank you so much for tuning us in. Time now is 8:30 here in New Delhi.
Yes, and before we carry on with the rest of the show, let's see what are the headlines this morning.
India's captain calls it a day as team leader. MS Dhoni steps down as the country's ODI and T20 captain.
And days after the shocking New Year molestation, 4 people are detained. But the suspects in this video on your screen, well, they're still at large.
Also this morning, opposition parties to meet about the election commissioner today as India's finance minister rules out shifting the budget dates in view of assembly elections in 5 states.
Pictures of a Rohingya child washed ashore evoke memories of Aylan Kurdi. International community demands an end to Rohingya genocide in Myanmar.
The Indian Space Research Organization is set to create yet another record to launch 103 satellites all in one go next month.
And tennis star Roger Federer suffers a setback on his return to competitive tennis after 6 months of injury layoff. Germany's 19-year-old Alexander Zverev stuns the 17-time Grand Slam winner at the Hopman Cup. Well, those, of course, were the headlines this hour, but now it's time to see what it is that the newspapers have for us.
All right, this morning on Between the Lines, lots of interesting stories brewing. Of course, the big video that everybody's been talking about, right? The horrific video.
It's horrific, Archith. I mean, I couldn't watch it, to be honest. We have it here, in fact.
Here it is. Oh my gosh! Just take a look at that. It's
You know what I find so scary about this video is how real this video is. I mean, this could be anyone. This could be any street corner.
And she has no idea that this is happening. She was walking back.
She's trying to run past them, and they just sort of waylaid her.
And you see the people in the back, they're doing absolutely nothing. Like the bystanders in the very back there, just sort of, and she's fighting off her attacker, trying to
slap him. I mean, this is just, it's terrible.
It is horrific, and it's a very sad situation because things like this keep being brought back into the limelight to raise awareness, but it doesn't seem to perturb or stop. These attackers are still out there in Bengaluru, southern India.
Unfortunately, these attackers that we are now seeing on our screen right now, they have not been caught.
Right. Oh my God, just throwing her down there.
Look at that.
And
it's just...
This is an area where she, it's not too far from her house apparently. So she was coming back New Year's Day. So, after maybe celebrating ringing the New Year with friends, coming back, and that looks like a very normal suburban street. It doesn't look like a very, I mean, I can only imagine how horrific it was. Thank God nothing more serious happened though.
I mean, it's just terrible. Of course, the article that I was going to talk about today is from the DNA, which says women silence men after New Year Eve horror in Bengaluru. Now, New Year's Eve revelry, of course, turned into a nightmare for several women in Bangalore when a shocking, they were just shocked when people just started to molest them, and it turned out to be some sort of a state machinery at work.
And many different situations. Awful. There wasn't just this one. There were other incidences as well, and at least that's reported in Bengaluru.
Yes.
So, I understand there was even a Twitter movement and what my dress is not a yes, an awareness campaign that women empowerment saying, this is unacceptable.
No, it is unacceptable. It really is. Well, the women have taken to social media and they have been completely outspoken about the people who molested them.
Right.
My God, I'm so angry right now just looking at this footage. I'm just like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's just awful.
There's the bystanders, the police, the authorities, the men. Obviously, there's so many people that are in this puzzle. And things like this could happen yet again.
Well, this is what I wanted to talk about. One of the women who was assaulted, she added on social media that what angered her the most was that people were trying to stop her from assaulting the man back. I mean, this is some man who's trying to grope her. And so she was trying to fight back,
blaming the woman,
off,
you mean?
And they were just trying to stop her from doing that, saying, no, he's innocent, he just brushed past you, or he didn't mean it. What is this? I mean, it's ridiculous. And then, of course, in response, on Twitter, and this is of course even more infuriating.
Right.
Is
men
that men have come on Twitter and are saying the usual along the lines of how not all men are the same. I mean, it's really not about you.
Right.
Okay?
It's not about the men.
This is the thing. So Twitterati have come down heavily on them with the hashtag not all men. And this is the tweet that I love the most. This is Kapoor Neha. At PW Neha, she says, of course the replies to this are not all men, hashtag. Yes, that's what's important here. Slow clap.
Right, right. and it's like, that's not the equation.
I mean, certainly, ridiculous.
Yeah, certainly it's not the men. That's not the point of discussion. I mean, you see this
really not. How, after watching this video, how can you say, hey, not all men?
And in retrospect, thank God, at least she wasn't hurt any more badly than that was, but it was also caught on video. So in retrospect, at least there was evidence or something on this, right? For this, in quite a scary situation. Hopefully, we hope these perpetrators are caught and justice is brought.
The thing is that we're bringing in 2017. There's so much revelry about the New Year, but I mean, there is something. You don't expect this.
No.
This is not the way to bring in a New Year.
And you see so many police officers there too, out on the street. So.
But the situation is even worse in rural India. I have another article in the DNA. Just a few pages later, it says witches of rural India are just women with money, land and no male protectors, and they are targeted by greedy villagers, say all the social workers. Now in rural India, a steady stream of quiet crimes, much worse than the footage that we saw here today, have been going on against women for centuries. And all it takes is a few accusations hurled around. I mean, it's like
he says, she says.
It's like that play, The Crucible, by Arthur Miller.
Right.
All you need is a little, accusation thrown around here and there, carelessly thrown around, and you have
You're branded for life.
You have Salem happening, and simple things such as having money, owning land, or sending your children to school can invite accusations of witchcraft, and this is pretty widespread all across the country. It's almost always about money, property, and land. So if there's a wealthy widow or a divorcee, people who want to usurp her property get together to conspire against her, and then they would pay the local tantrics to just, you know, do some wishy-washy hooboo and
whatever you
declare
can,
her whatever it needs, and that's all it takes.
Right.
And the villagers would blacken their faces, parade them around, cut their hair, burn them at the stake, kill them, sexually assault them, anything. And what's worse here is in rural India, a lot of times the women who are branded witches are very often victims of sexual violence.
So they were abused, and now they're continuing to get that abuse.
Continue to get abused,
and
yeah.
shunned by society. Such
and
a sad situation.
It's
which very
it's terrible.
Very difficult to sort of hear that and fathom. But sort of shifting gears now, a little bit more of an uplifting story. Speaking of, you know, I think it's important to raise awareness. Though I know we talk about that, but those stories are important to have that dialogue and conversation. But this is an interesting story from Times of India. A new organ has now been discovered.
Oh yes, I read about this yesterday.
And I was like, how think about medical sciences and how much improvement we've made, right? And then you hear about a new organ, it's discovered, and maybe there's a way to study abdominal diseases. There it is over there, and it's called mesentery.
Yes.
And it was previously just thought to be part of the digestive system, but now they've identified that. So, in fact, now there are 79 organs in the human body. So, a new discovery. The big question is, what will this organ, what will it do? What is its function? So they've identified it, but now what will it be able to be used for? There's so many different diseases that, you know, doctors are always studying. Maybe this will be that light bulb that just went off for them to be able to pinpoint how it all fits in.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the human body is such a mystery, right? I mean, it still remains a mystery. I mean, it's such a complex,
very complicated,
systems and systems and systems working together to create who we are.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a miracle, actually.
It is. Medical miracle, right?
Yeah, it really is.
It was in the Grey's Anatomy.
What's
Not the TV show, the book.
Not the shorts and the
book.
So what I found interesting about this article is that Leonardo da Vinci, back in 1508, had actually discovered the mesentery, and he describes it and talks about it in his notes.
Only took 500.
And then it took a couple, another, like, you know, it's just been ignored since then.
Maybe it'll be a movie, you know, the Da Vinci Code Part 2 about organs.
About discovering
mesentery.
Organs hidden in plain sight.
Oh, it's still exciting, though, you know. Never know what is out there. Something new to look forward to in 2017, right?
Something new, yeah. New organs for sure. Well, that's all we have for you in our newspaper section. But do stay with us after we come back from this break, because we have fitness, we have food, and we have Twitter. All right, welcome back. And now it's time to watch a WION Stretch and see what Zubin Atre has for us.
Well, I guess we are so excited. We're going to reintroduce this segment. Zubin Atre has been working and showing you all the different yoga and all these, you know, asanas. Speaking of that, you've done a little bit of, you do it all the time. The yogas and stuff.
Not all the time.
I never do it. I'm so bad.
I try. I'm not a yogini or anything, but I do love my Surya Namaskars.
You know, I've tried.
So good.
I can't do it. I've tried it. Maybe I should watch his stuff more. But I've done it yoga a little bit of times, and I was like, I don't know how to do it. I can't breathe through my hips. I can only breathe through my nose.
Breathe through your hips.
I went to a yoga class. They're like, breathe through your hips. Do this. Do that. I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
Okay.
This is why I need to watch this.
Why don't you watch Zubin Atre while I, you know, explain to Archith.
Enlighten me.
I will enlighten you. So please watch Zubin Atre on WION Stretch.
Hi, this is Zubin Atre, founder of Atre Yoga, and today I'm here with a set of 3 beautiful asanas with very detailed instructions to make sure that you get into those untouched corners of the asanas. The whole idea will be to work on the spine and the spinal cord to condition the nerves and squeeze the tension out of the shoulders and the shoulder blades. This will result in better coordination with your body and your brain and will leave you feeling uplifted and upbeat immediately. Continuing Atre Yoga Series 1, we'll be starting with sitting right in the center of the mat. We'll be extending the left arm out to the right hand side of the knee, opening the chest up, pushing the tummy forward. You'll be using the strength of your lower back muscles. Send your right arm up higher, reach up with your fingers as up as they can get, and keep the chest open towards where your right knee is pointing at the moment. Notice that your left arm is straight, Your spine is straight and your right arm is straight at the same time. Open the chest to the right hand side. Let yourself look over the left shoulder and very gently let yourself tilt down towards where your left knee is at the moment. As if you're letting yourself lower the left shoulder down on top of the left knee. Reach out with the fingers of the right hand side and tilt your head down to the left hand side. Continue breathing in and out. Keep the chest open up towards the skies and reach out with your fingers as much as you can. Hold that position, and the idea at the moment is to stretch the right hand side of the torso. Continue breathing in and out. And as you take a long deep breath in, you're going to swing the body up and back to the center, bringing your right arm at your shoulder level with your palm facing right in front with your thumb pointing up. Meanwhile, you make a fist out of your left hand and you tuck it with your right knee. Start pushing into the knee with the help of the left hand, maintaining the whole length of the spine and the arm. Send your right arm back as it can get. Let yourself look far and over the right shoulder. Reach out with your fingers as far as they can get and visualize how your chest is nicely aligned right above your hips. Continue reaching out with your fingers. And when you breathe out, you're going to let yourself lower the right hand down in line with the tailbone. Press the palm down into the mat nicely and visualize your right arm being parallel to the spine. Continue pushing into the knee with the help of the left hand just enough to maintain the twist. Continue breathing in and out and notice how with every release of the breath, you let your right shoulder roll further out and back. And how with every inhalation, your chest goes up. Now slowly when you breathe out, you're going to get the body out of this, back to the center and relax. With your right hand, you're going to let yourself grab your left knee with the chest opening to the left hand side. Send your left arm up towards the skies and reach out with your fingers as far as they can get. Pushing your tummy forward, looking over the right shoulder, you're going to let yourself lower the right shoulder down on top of the knee very gently and with the fingers of the left arm reaching out in the same direction where the crown of the head and the right knee is pointing at the moment. Keep the chest open and the sky is visible. Reach out with your fingers as far as they can get. And this is a position where you really want to extend the inhalations as much as you can, as the whole idea is to stretch the left hand side of the torso. Let yourself relax the neck and let the gravity work on your head. Continue breathing in and out. Take a long deep breath in, swing the body up and back. You're going to bring your left arm at your shoulder level, right above the border of the mat. Meanwhile, you make a fist out of your right hand, tuck it with the left knee, get the whole length of the right arm, left arm and your spine. Now continue pushing into the knee with the help of the right. You just simply let yourself look over the left shoulder. Hold yourself into that position and visualize how your chest is nicely aligned right above your hips. Continue reaching out with your fingers, continue breathing in and out. Make sure that you're just using the right amount of the strength with the help of the right arm to maintain the twist. Avoid straining anything around your neck or the shoulder. As you exhale, you're going to very gently let yourself lower the left hand down in line with the tailbone. Press the palm down into the mat nicely. You can spread the fingertips, spread open and wide. Continue pushing into the knee with the help of the right hand to look over the left shoulder. Look as far as you can and continue breathing in and out. Enjoy the twist you have in your spine and make sure that your breath is long and deep. As you exhale, you're going to get the body out of this, back to the center and relax. I hope you're feeling unwound and uncoiled after those intense spinal twists we were into. I'm going to see you tomorrow with a whole new set of series, whole new set of asanas to work on the hips.
Quite a lot of fun stretches there. I think too difficult for me. I think I need to start with beginner yoga. I can't do that yet.
That is beginner's yoga.
I would probably break my hip.
No. See, you said that one stretch and you could breathe through it too. Yeah.
Maybe. We'll give it a try.
Your back and your arms, and now you've understood how to do that.
A little bit. Just a little.
Okay. Well, moving on to food, I think, because
I understand that very well.
Because a lot of exercise can make you hungry. So here's Chef Ashish, and he's going to teach us his recipe of railway cutlets for breakfast.
Yummy.
Yum, yum.
Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Chef Ashish from Cafe Delhi High. Today we are going to make railway cutlet.
Delicious, delicious. That looks meat. That looks so hungry.
So good.
So hungry. I'm like, I want to eat a cutlet right now.
I want to.
After the breakfast show, we're going to go eat.
All right. So if you were a food item, Archith, what would you be?
Well, clearly I'm dressed up like a food item. I am grape and strawberry ice cream, I think, right? I don't know. This is the blackcurrant. No, in all honesty, this is a really nice outfit that Brooks Brothers gave me.
Yeah,
but
I love it.
I love it. Very nice, very stylish. But if I was a food, that's a good question. I would say pizza. Because everybody loves pizza, and there's so many different toppings, so it showcases all the different personalities that you can bring out. Very, interesting, deep answer there.
Yes, very, very. Yeah, it's got me thinking. Well, let's look at what Twitter had to say about the same question. They had some really interesting responses to this.
Wait, you didn't tell us yours though. What's your favorite? If you were a food, what were you?
I would want to be hot chocolate fudge by Nirula's.
Ooh,
specifically,
very
it's
nice.
my favorite.
Very nice.
I love it.
Clearly, you both picked a very yummy, yummy food.
Yeah, well, Jamie says I would definitely be a taco. and Narnia says I'd be a marshmallow because I'm soft, squishy, and yeah.
And then Hunter says I'll be a burrito because I'm simple on the outside. Oh, interesting.
Noel is also going to be a burrito and a beer because you can't go wrong with that.
You can only pick one, Noel. Too many. Too many. Oh, if I were food or drink, so he was right. Fine.
Oh yeah,
but it's or.
Drink, I
Pizza Squirrel says I'd be. Ooh, I like Pizza Squirrel. I'm a squirrel, but I would be an extra cheesy pizza. Duh.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. We're gonna be brothers.
Well, Nandi says I would be a cranberry Sprite because I'm limited edition.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like that.
I've never had cranberry Sprite actually. Have you?
No, because it's so limited. It has not reached us yet, Archith.
Daniel says bacon.
Because you can't go wrong with that.
Oh God.
And a yellow says I'd be Nutella. Ooh, Nutella. One bite will change.
I love. You like Nutella? Delicious.
Yeah, I do like it, but I don't think it's changed my life.
Ooh, this one is good. I'd be water. No one can live without me. Very, very good.
I would be an Oreo and everyone would love me.
Good one. Very good. Very true. Nicole says I'd be a pineapple. Seriously sweet and wearing a crown.
Oh,
Very
I like
good.
that. Wearing a crown.
That's a good one. Think about that.
Nice.
Very nice. So again, that is the hashtag for this morning. If I were a food or drink. A lot of people sharing their tweets, of course. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome to tweet us at WION.
Yeah, tell us what food or drink you'd like to be.
And something interesting like that. We would love to hear it. Of course, WION_breakfast. You can tweet me at Archith News, and yours is?
And me at Charu Shankar. And yeah, do get back to us. We'd love to hear from you.
Love it.
Thank you to Brook Brothers and to Alan Solly for the wonderful outfit.
Thank you. Love this outfit. Great stuff. They have great styling they provided us.
Yeah, they really do.
We love it.
It's good to be well turned out in the morning. And yeah, do watch us on WION Breakfast. We'll, of course, be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. here in New Delhi. I'm Charu Shankar.
And I'm Archith Tashari. Bright and early in the morning. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Bye-bye.